is teaching math with the center, and that is definitely one of my passions. And I'm helping my students and superstars express themselves and, become the best version of them. So nice meeting everyone, and any questions or anything about me directly, feel free to message me, and I'll see you then.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Casey. All right, now you got Mr. Jason.
Hello, everybody. Mr. Jason, it's good to see you guys. I'm also a tutor here at the Wynn Center. I'll be on site and online too. So if you guys need any help, like any type of homework, I'll be helping out with the basketball camp too. So any type of help you need with that, I'll be there for you guys.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Naomi. I'm the executive director here. Al Wooten is my cousin. I've been here since we started 31 years ago, and I just love seeing kids flourish. I love partnering with parents. I'm a parent, a grandma, and all of that. So it's all family to me. So I'm very glad to see everyone.
Awesome. And so next there you see Miss Maria. She's our program administrator, and she works with our volunteers and connects. So all the volunteers that are plugging in with your students, Miss Maria is working with that, as well as other awesome activities for our programs. Next we have Miss Isidra.
This mute button gets me every time. Hello, everybody. I'm Isidra Person Lynn. I am working with Wooten Center for a year now, and I'm enjoying, this staff is amazing, just know that. I am the ELA, English Language Arts tutor, and I tutor people usually 2 to 3 times a week, depending on what they need. And your students are life-giving. I love working with them, and I love to see the work you're doing with them. So that's pretty much what I do.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Isidra. All right, next there you see Miss Celeste, and Miss Celeste, she's our program and outreach specialist. So she works with on the e-newsletter, all of the, in your email, you will receive an e-newsletter with updates and announcements, all kinds of awesome things that we have going on here at the center. We're on our social media platforms. So Miss Celeste is like our extraordinaire with anything programs and outreach related.
By the way, Celeste and Maria are both AmeriCorps interns, and so they do not work on Friday. Otherwise, they would have been here. So that's why they're not here.
Yeah. And then it's me. So I'm Miss Christelle. I am Summer Fun Camp Director. And so I am happy just to connect with all of you. I know at some point you guys have either received an email or I've spoken with you on the phone, or if I haven't spoken with you yet, I will. And so it's my pleasure to connect with all of you, and we're happy to have you join our Wooten family. So welcome to our Wooten family, and we expect and we intend for you to be with us all the way through. So I know this is summer, right? But what about fall? I don't know if you already started thinking about fall. So we want to support you, your children, and your family as a whole. And so welcome, and we're glad to have you.
Hello, my name is Miss Chris. I'm Christiane Townsend, Education Director, and I am in charge of iReady. So I'm looking forward to providing you with some information to see how we can make sure your kids are ready for the fall, and answer any questions that you have and provide any support that you need. So welcome.
Okay. All right, along with this, we also have our volunteers. And so our volunteers are working primarily with your children in, they're gonna be working with them primarily with their, in tutoring. And also the volunteers also help us in other areas, like when we're planning when we plan the summer showcase. or when we're putting together different things on our family page. And so all of our awesome volunteers and tutors that you see listed here will be plugging in with your children for this summer. And so you can feel free to come over to this page to see the tutors, and we'll be in touch with you as well. So as you confirm that you would like for your child to receive tutoring, you'll be able to plug in and access our page that will take you straight into the Zoom session with your tutor. So you will be able to book sessions with your children for their tutors over the next couple weeks for the summer. So thank you to all of our volunteers. All right, Ms. Nova's gonna share a little bit about us.
All righty. So we are the Al Wooten Junior Youth Center, and Al Wooten is my cousin. We call him Dooney. Well, we called him Dooney, so you may hear me mention that. And he was killed in a drive-by in 1989. It just seems like it was yesterday, but you know, the good news is that we, you know, didn't want to retaliate. We wanted to respond in a positive way, and we knew something like this, he would be very proud, you know, to be associated with. And you know, we wanted to address the problem. And so, long story short, we decided a youth center would be a good way to respond because, you know, number one, it would provide a safe place for the kids to go, you know, after school. And it would, while they're there, you know, pouring into them so that they don't have to, you know, engage in that lifestyle. So anyway, founded in 1990 by my aunt here, Faye, and this picture of her with Obama was in 2010. She retired in 2009, and a year later, he honored her and 12 other people with a what they call a Presidential Citizens Medal. And so he gave it to her because he liked the Wooten Center. And when he gave her the medal, he actually whispered in her ear, "I'm proud of you." So just know that, you know, somebody else thinks, you know, your kids are in a great program. So we serve grades 3 to 12. We have free after school. Our summer camp is free. Normally the summer camp is about $60 a week, but because of COVID, we were able to get a grant so that it was no cost last year, and now it's no cost this year. We'll have to see about next year, but either way, it'll be no or low cost. And so, you know, I can go on and on. We have 3 programs, the after school, the summer, and then my college track, which is for teens. And, you know, through that, we do test prep. We have job, you know, internships, college tours. We help them with their college applications and all of that. So if you ever go to our web page, you look on programs. And right now we're getting ready to, you know, award some scholarships to our seniors. So we definitely want to make sure our teens have support, you know, to get them to that finish line. So that's where we are. And I would actually like to ask one of our parents that has been with our program for a long time. I sent her a chat, but I don't think she got it. Miss Addie Fagan, are you there? Miss Addie?
Yes, I'm here.
You just share from a parent perspective, because you've been with us, with Alicia and your husband for quite some time. Just anything that's on your heart that you'd like to share, especially for parents that this is their first time. By the way, how many first-time parents do we have with us here? If you can just, okay, so Miss Sonia, anyone else? Anyone else first time? You can either say me or just raise your, oh, okay.
Me?
Trisha, Janelle, Adwoa. Okay, so quite a few. So, okay, thank you. So, especially for our new parents, Ms. Addie, you can let them know from a parent's perspective what Alicia and yourself and your husband have been involved in, and you know, your thoughts about the program and how they can get the best out of it.
Okay, so my name's Addie Fagan. My daughter Alicia is in the 7th grade now. She just completed 7th grade. She's been at the center since 4th grade, And it's just been amazing for her. It really was a major help, especially when she was in the 4th grade, because we switched schools at that time. And so she was away from a lot of her friends, and some of her friends were at the program. So it was an amazing bridge for her at that time. And she's got so much out of it. We all do love all the members of the center. It's very much a family-oriented place. The activities, it's varied. She's doing tutoring, math tutoring. She's been on loads of field trips. In the summertime, she's been swimming. She was doing the Minecraft. She's been doing golfing. Previously, she was on the drumming team. She's been on college tours. There's been cooking. I mean, it just continues and continues. We're just very thankful for all the staff there. And just to say how grateful we are, especially this last year when she's been on Zoom. So after a whole day of middle school Zoom, she'd be excited to have a tutoring session at 4 o'clock. And you're like, you've been on Zoom all day, but it's Mr. Casey, and she wants to see him and her friends, or it's the virtual playground, and no, I've got to see my friends. And we're just like, wow, after being on the computer all day, she's still excited, because it's who she's going to see. It's the social aspect. She's able to see her friends, and they play games together, and it's a time for them just to catch up and talk. And it's just been amazing. And we are really, really thankful to everyone there. So thank you.
Absolutely. And I have to say, Addie and Jules, they're like, we actually got parent volunteer of the parent helper of the year 1 year, because they give a lot. Actually, the library picture behind me, they help paint that library. So we always, because we know parents, you guys have a whole lot to offer, so we're not the kind of folks, we all grew up here. We're not the kind of folks that say, oh, you're so poor, you need our help. We're not like that. We're like, hey, this is a community center. This is a group effort. So, we can all contribute. We all have something that we can do. It doesn't matter what it is. So we always invite, our kids and our parents to be a part of everything, to have a voice in everything. We have, our parent meetings, our youth council, all of that. We want it to be a collaborative effort. So just know our door is open. Our door is definitely not closed. There's never a case where you can't walk into the center and talk to someone, and offer your support, offer your suggestions, your ideals. Just know that we might say, okay, would you like to be on a committee, to help make it happen? So anyway, and so Addie and Jules are just wonderful. They've painted a lot at the center, put up a lot of books and everything. So anyway, that's the kind of atmosphere we love to have. So the door is open, and no pressure, by the way, because some of us are, you're really busy, and we understand that. So it's no pressure. Just know that the door is always open. Thank you, Miss Addie. All right, so we do have a mission statement, and this drives everything we do. And this mission statement was actually, we wrote it a year after the center opened, and just know at that time it was a lot of drive-bys going on, in the early 1990s. And so that first statement really speaks to that. It says the Al Wooden Junior Youth Center is a neighborhood approach to the revitalization and empowerment of a community in crisis. The crisis we were talking about was gang violence. However, we have since added to that the pandemic. At our board meetings and staff meetings, we talked about it. We're in a whole nother crisis, so we've added on things that we weren't doing before. We have a family emergency fund, if you're having problems with utilities and rent, we have food distributions, all that kind of stuff. It's a whole nother crisis. And so, but basically we provide a safe and nurturing environment committed to good citizenship and academic excellence. So everything we do falls under those two things, good citizenship and academic excellence. And here we are very meticulous. We have lesson plans, and everything is self-directed, team-oriented, experiential, project-based, as you see with the STEM classes. And this right here was our science lab. They were learning about balance. This year they're going to learn about this. In the summer, they're going to learn about renewable energy, and they're going to build solar car. They're going to build a wind car and a electric airplane, and they're going to fly drones and all of that. So we want it to be hands-on so that they can actually learn by doing. There's no lecture at the center. It's all hands-on.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Miss Sasu, you have a question? I see your raised hand. Or is there anything you want to contribute to say?
No, I think my hand was raised when you asked how many new parents there were. I just never took it off. Sorry.
No problem. Look, I'll help you out. There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome. No problem. No problem. All right. So why is it important that your child or children participate this summer?
This is a question we want to hear from you. We would love to hear, what your thoughts are. Again, it's a collaboration. So what are your thoughts about the importance of a summer program?
I think it's important for my daughter to participate just because, during the summer, a lot of children think it's just the time to just, be on their electronics and do nothing. But summer camp just allows them to stay engaged and be active and keep their mind just, active and learning while there is that break from school.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I see iPhone 8 has a hand up.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kayla's mom, Miss Wendy. And for me, I know this being our first almost year with the Wooten Center, we started, I think, in January. She's just always been excited to actually be there in person. And so given the opportunity to do so, she was like super excited to just continue over the summer and even into next fall.
Awesome. I see Cat Matt to interact with other kids and learn in a fun environment. Yes, definitely. Okay. Yeah, one other thing we wanted to point out was the learning losses. How many have heard about that, right? They talk about, the past year with the schools being closed and the fact that, there are state standards, right? Common Core standards that show what a child is supposed to learn every year. And so it kind of got knocked off kilter this year. The plans that teachers had to share that information just got thrown out the window. They had to come up with new plans. And I kept my granddaughters the first 3 weeks. And I can tell you for a fact, they were not learning what they were supposed to be learning, in their grade level. So anyway, there's a lot of catching up, that a lot of our students have to do. And so that's really the big motivation, behind us this year for summer camp. And that's the reason why we decided to keep the private tutoring, the online private tutoring. We said when we go back, when we reopen, we're going to leave that. We're going to be a hybrid program, and we're going to forevermore, as long as everything is going well, we're going to leave that. We will always, from now on, have virtual private tutoring because we saw such success with it, with the kids. I mean, if you're with a tutor one-on-one 3 times a week at least, for an hour a week, you're learning. It's a lot better than being in a group environment. So our test results have been higher than ever. And so we're going to keep it. And that's why it's really important for us because we know that our kids, lost a lot of information that they were supposed to receive. And we want to make sure they're on target for math, they're on target, especially for math and English language arts. So that's why we're doing it. Any other comments on that? Why it's important for kids to participate in a summer learning program?
I have a comment.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Nursia. I'm Nehemiah's mom. I feel to summer camp is very important for him because it'll give him an opportunity to, socialize and, opportunity to just get out and just mingle, because of all this pandemic. Most of the things have been closed, but now this is an opportunity where he can go and mingle and meet new friends and, interact with people.
Yeah, absolutely. And that brings to mind the mental health side of it. Another thing that we saw, and some of you, that have been here may know, we did this youth video project where we had youth create videos on youth and depression. And also we also have a family counselor, family therapy that's available because we had kids who expressed suicidal thoughts. And so that really heightened, the need, for us to provide that. So one of the reasons why we decided to open in the summer, because we initially weren't going to open until the fall, because of the kids telling us, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm depressed. And so we said, we can at least give them one day, at the center, a time to come out and be back with their friends and all that stuff. So that's another reason, why we are doing the reopening, is because the kids have been expressing that they want to, be out and, be out in the environment again. So we're here for that. So definitely on the social side of it, it's really important, right? You want to see your friends and, all that. So, all righty.
Awesome. Wonderful. What have you done to encourage? Oh, Miss Naomi, I think you need to. So what have you done to encourage your child to log in and learn? Yeah, Miss Naomi, I think you did the PDF.
Can you see it still?
We can see it, but it doesn't, the update is made on the original document. So I'm gonna share. So the question to you all is, what have you done to encourage your child to log in and learn?
And here we're hoping that parents who have had good success with that can offer to someone who might still be having challenges, because as we know, it wasn't easy to get my grandkids. They did not want to be on there, especially when they were bored with the content. So what are some of the things that you've learned in the past year, to encourage the kids to log in and to actually to engage with their work so that they're actually learning? Maybe one or two comments.
Hi, this is Portia. I know at the beginning of the academic school year, my son was having some issues with Zoom, but I was able to reach out to his teacher and we stayed in communication, and he was able to do some stuff like when they would have breaks to help him better understand how to navigate Zoom. And once he kind of mastered that, this last semester, or the spring semester, I should say, he was on a roll, so I didn't have to do too much motivating him to get onto the Zoom. Once he felt more confident in his ability. So I think that is a big deterrent for children when, we just got pushed into this virtual learning and it's overwhelming and it's a lot. So once you feel more comfortable, then hopefully your confidence increases, which would promote you wanting to actually log on and participate.
That's great. I think that's really, really important. So them being able to use the online system, right? Making sure that they know how to use it. Okay, thank you.
Yes, there's some comments in the chat.
And I see iPhone 8 has her hand raised also.
Okay, yes, awesome.
Who is that iPhone 8 again?
Sorry, that's Kayla's mom, is Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Hi. For me, I think it was really, especially for the tutoring, finding someone that Kayla could connect with. So I know at the beginning, we tried out a couple of different people, and then I would ask her, who did you feel more comfortable with, or who did you like, having your tutoring session with? And when she let me know, then I would just book her and just put it on her calendar, and she would know already because she was excited to work with the tutor when her tutoring sessions were, and she looked forward to them. So that, I think, maybe after the spring, we kind of figured that out, and it worked really well the rest of the semester.
I'm very glad you mentioned that, because we definitely want to make it clear, everyone is not for everyone. So if a tutor is not a good fit, you are more than welcome to change. So because you have total control of the booking. So if you don't like somebody and you're stuck with them for 6 sessions, cancel those other 6 sessions choose another tutor. So there's no restrictions on that. You can change at any time. Thanks, Wendy. Ms. Christelle, you said some chat?
Yes. Did we get all the hands that were raised? I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. In the chat, Cat Matt says to interact with other kids and learn in a fun environment. Ms. Lynetta, socialization and brush up on skills. Talk with them more about their future. Ms. Brenda says, I said to them that it will be fun and they earned Wooten dollars. And for me, well, I love to learn, so that motivated me to be present at meetings and classes. Yes, I can confidently say Miss Brenda, she attended the World Language and Culture class, and she attended the parent, all of our family meetings, all those different activities. Miss Brenda was present, and she was there cooking with us. And and even in the cooking class, the kids are cooking with their parents. So parents, you're more than welcome to join in on some of the different activities and engage together. Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. All right. Activities.
So you do have the update. Woo! Thank you.
All right.
All right. So we're going to have Mr. Casey and Mr. Jason to share about our awesome activities. Ms. Naomi, this is not the update. It's not the update. Thought it was.
All right. While they're talking, I will go to the.
Say one more time.
While they're talking, I will change to the PowerPoint.
Okay, yes, go for it.
All
Okay,
right.
so Mr. Casey, Mr. Jason.
Can you reshare the Sean Patterson? Because I think Mr. Jason wanted to speak about that first before we go to the next one.
Okay.
Hi. Give me.
Hey.
Grab this guitar.
How do I make this full screen, Miss Christelle? That's what I don't know how to do.
On present right there. Keep going to the right.
There we go.
Okay, you can do that too. Actually, no, click on,
It's next to the button that says share, the yellow button or orange button that says share. It says present up at the right-hand corner.
I'm gonna, Miss Naomi, I'll share it. So it is next to that big button.
All right, you got it?
Yes.
Make sure the sun's not in his face.
Okay, I see it. Thank you.
All right, so Mr. Jason.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yes. So basically on the same thing the basketball begin to advance. There's like different classes for you to go to, and it's ran by, I believe, different college students, different other volunteers that's helping out.
All right. Mr. Casey, can you pick up?
Yeah, your connection is giving a hard time.
I think he just checked. No, he's still there. But yeah, Jason, we're having a really hard time hearing you. It's a lot of static.
Can you hear me now?
That sounds better. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, basically, the basketball camp is going to be the same how it was last year, where you're working out. There's instruction videos on YouTube or we follow, and it's going to be online from 10 to 12 Monday to Thursday. I believe we're going to see each other on Friday, where we have like T-shirts and we just get to hang out and see each other. But there's like 3 different levels that there's going to be: beginners, middle, the middle level, and like the advanced class. And yeah, so it's going to be from starting next week. I'll be there, and it'll be like other like college students instructing the classroom. So that's for the basketball camp online, and then we're gonna have on-site activities where we do like gardening, and then I forgot what was one more thing we were thinking about doing, but we're still trying to put it together. And then we have like a couple of the virtual playground that's still be going on.
So the basketball camp, like you said, will be the first week, ranging from the July 21st to the 25th. Following which the actual program will begin, where staff will be there on Tuesdays and Thursdays with our different age groups. If we can move to the screen that shows the program schedule, we can point out some of the activities that's listed. Otherwise, I can read them off.
Yes, so Ms. Naomi, I'm gonna have you share.
Programs listed for the activities on site. We have is animation. We also got the go-ahead so that those students who will join us virtually who won't be able to be with us on site because it is a limited amount of.
We had no school house, like no work, no mother.
Oh no, that's background. I think that's Ms. Miller. Can you mute her for me, please?
Gotcha.
Animation. We're going to have animation is going to be online as well as on site. And as in addition to that, we're going to have an animation lab where you get to practice the different skills that you acquire. In addition to animation, we're going to have our energy, where, as we mentioned earlier, we're going to be putting together a solar power a vehicle, and I'm sure other little things. I've already seen like one of the kits, so the kit looks pretty awesome as a project that we're going to work on. Maybe try to do a solar power race or something like that. Who knows? I love to get creative as far as that aspect. We have our different activities such as world language and culture. That's going to still be with Zoom, as well as we're going to have virtual playground on Fridays, also with Zoom. The schedule for that, I'm sure I don't know if the screen is showing now. I'm reading it. Yeah. So the date's already printed. I would recommend to take like a screenshot because I'm not sure if this will be if this is online yet.
It will be online
this is
after
definitely
this.
the hours that we'll have our different.
Yeah, the schedule will be at wootencenter.org/schedule.
Okay. One of the things I want to point out to us is that we are separated in two different groups, Group 1 and Group 2. Group 2 would be the grades 3rd grade to 5th grade, so that the 3rd through 5th graders can be together with the different activities that I've mentioned before, the animation, the free time, the energy lab. We'll put together some type of energy efficient something. I mentioned it will be a vehicle, as well as lunch and things that we'll mention about later. We have a field trip also scheduled. So, try to get the kids, back together and to go, something coming back together since it's been such a long time. I think over a year now. So it'd be definitely great to see everyone, to get all the friends together. And last but not least, I want to ask a question, actually. I'm hoping that we have some students and children involved. Actually here at this meeting, because I was going to ask them for some ideas as far as activities that they would like. We do have a free time in the morning and in the afternoon and one time in the evening before you all leave. And I'd love to find out, as far as with the students, what you all would like to do. I believe we're going to try to have basketball, football, to keep that, nice and distant. We're going to put a table outside, so maybe those who like arts and crafts can, draw different pictures and, just be outside together. As far as that, we have a garden as well that's available on site that, hopefully, I don't know if Mr. Rennie we can borrow some of his time, because he's definitely one of the experts that actually make his own produce. So that'd be such a, amazing experience we can also, give you. But students, I don't know if any students are online. Can you all give me like a raise your hand or some kind of notification that y'all are there? Because if not, parents, you don't have to worry about it because it is a parent meeting. But I did mention to the students about the students being present for parent meetings. You all have a voice as well. But I was hoping to find just different activities that you all would like to do. I see Wendy, Miss Wendy, I see your hand. My superstar, can you please in the chat, maybe to have it flow easily, to write down any kind of games activity as far as let's say indoors as well as outdoors, different things that you all like to do. Because if I can get the information amongst this meeting, I'm going to write it down physically and try to make as many of these things happen. I don't want to talk too long because I'm not sure the amount of time that we have.
Mr. Casey.
Any
I
questions
just
or
want to
comments?
say this is in preparation for next week. Staff is going to be in lesson planning, so we're going to put in our lesson plans together, and so he's getting information for that. So any information, please share in the chat activities, and this is for the free time in the morning and the afternoon. As far as the Energy Lab, if I can add, we have Echo Point Energy. That is a company. They right now, they're doing freeway projects for green energy projects on the freeway. And so they are members of the um, Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers and the National Association of Black Engineers. And so both of them are providing instructors through this company, Echo Point Energy. And they're the ones that are going to be meeting with the kids from 3 to 4 p.m. And every week is going to be a different type of renewable energy. So 1 week will be solar, 1 week will be electricity, and 1 week will be wind. And then the fourth week, which is the last week, we're all going to the park. And they're going to be, like Mr. Casey said, racing and flying their projects. In addition to that, we have some real drones and some real model airplanes and helicopters that we're also going to let them fly. And so their classes are not just going to be building the project, that's part of it, but they're actually going to be learning about what is solar power and how does it work? How does wind energy work? And so at the park, they're actually going to be testing all those theories that they learned about. And the animation class, the computer animation, is STEAM Coders, and they are fabulous STEM. So anyway, they're providing instructors, and the kids are going to be doing. That is a virtual. That class will be open to the kids at the center and also online. So you can also, if you're only online, you can get the animation class as well. Thank you, guys. Mr. Casey is always very careful and want to make sure that the kids are getting what they want. It's not about us telling them what they don't do, but between the two of us and the parents, we will come up with something that the kids can enjoy and learn from. I'm going to talk about the tutor
again,
schedule.
thank you everyone for the feedback.
Mr. Casey, can you talk about the tutor schedule a bit? How that works?
Okay, so the tutor schedule, as we all have listed, we have Monday through Friday. I believe all of the yellow parts are the ones that are open. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. I will recommend parents that if you know like a little bit of information regarding your student, your child, as far as any information from the school, you can, like their grade, in case if they got a C, I would recommend this. If they can receive the C in their grade, then I would just recommend to go over as many different things. You can still maybe log into their Schoology to see whatever low areas that they may have. And then from there, we have that information. iReady is still real as well. As, if your child really tried hard with the diagnostic and they really gave it their best shot to see any type of like low areas that the tutor and them cannot actually target and work on, that'd definitely provide a lot of information. I don't want to say if I don't know if they'll be able to access their iReady account as well. We haven't really discussed that yet. But I would definitely say if the student scored at least a C in their current grade that they're in before they go to next grade, then they should practice that grade level material. If they scored like an A, like for my students, when I find out if they scored like proficient or above proficient, then I'll try to give them introductory things that you require in fall semester for their grade. But hopefully during our tutor circle meetings, we'll discuss things with our tutors to put everyone on the same page. But definitely, I'm not sure what would be the best route to give us that information. I'll definitely put my email, and I don't mind to take on that ownership to find out where your student is and what particular goals you may want to set for them, so we can instruct our tutor to give them that information to help them along the way. I'll put my email in the chat right now. I don't mind that.
Miss Chris actually has some more information on that. We just had a meeting prior to this to make a decision about iReady. So all staff is not aware of that yet, but Ms. Chris, if you can share now about how the tutoring in iReady will work for the summer.
Okay, so the way iReady works with tutoring is iReady will provide a diagnostic. So the students will take a diagnostic based on their grade level. And the diagnostic is an assessment of every single thing they're supposed to learn in that grade level, whether they've covered it or not. And so when the student takes the assessment, iReady shows where they are in that grade level. For example, if they're third grade, are they beginning third, mid third, or late third grade, or they may be above grade level. So what the tutor does with that information is they're able to see also on the iReady diagnostic report where the student is performing, the areas they're strong in, and then the areas they may need more support. And it's aligned with the Common Core standards. So it's a lot of good information for the tutors so that when they're working with your child, they know exactly what areas need to be targeted and where they need to be challenged.
And so can you share with them what we decided to do for the summer as far as testing?
Yes, so what we're going to do is, if you are returning and you've been a student with the Wooten Center throughout the school year, you will continue with your lessons that iReady has generated from the diagnostic. So you can continue with that as intervention, like Ms. Naomi mentioned at the beginning about the loss of learning. So that will still continue to fill in any gaps and challenge your student in any areas that they need so that they're ready for the fall. If you're a brand new student, then you will be given an iReady account. You'll take the diagnostic, the tutor will have that diagnostic, and then that way your child you too will have that information. And then the tutor will have that information to help guide them through the summer, kind of like a bridge program for them to be ready for the fall. Another thing is the students that are continuing can take another diagnostic at the end of the summer to compare how they did at the end of the school year versus towards the beginning of the school year, so that we have those two scores.
And lastly, Ms. Chris, if you can share on the parent score talk.
Okay, another thing is once your child takes the diagnostic, you'll receive an email and it'll say like, little Johnny's iReady diagnostic scores are in. And so you open the email, we've attached those scores. And in addition to that, I have a Calendly link. So that is a website where you can go and you can set up time to talk to me about the score. So if you have any questions, you'll see the same diagnostic assessment score that the tutors see. And then if you have any questions about it, like additional resources, how to support your child while they're in tutoring, any questions that you have that may or may not be in alignment with what they're doing in school, test taking strategies, anything you want to talk about, you can set up a 30-minute session with me. It's called a score talk. And then I can talk to you about some things and answer any questions you might have.
And for those who don't know Ms. Chris, she is our education director. She's also a principal and she was a former teacher. How long teaching, Ms. Chris?
I taught for about 13 years, and then I've been in administration the rest about 7 or 8 years.
Right, and she has probably a degree. I know what schools, but I always get the degree. Just letting them know that this is your area of expertise. So you have your what from UCLA?
Oh, my bachelor's in arts from UCLA, and then I have a master's in educational leadership and policy studies. Right. Yeah. So anything you need to know, and I work with LA Unified School District. So if any of you have students in LA Unified School District, I can also answer questions about that. And I've also worked in the charter world, so I can answer questions about that as well.
Right. Yeah. So she gives great advice in terms of how to help. We like to say on or above grade level. We prefer them to be on a grade level, and Ms. Chris can definitely help guide you in supporting your student for that. All right. Any questions about iReady or tutoring?
I have a question.
Ms. Sonia?
Yes, I am Emily Calderon's mom, and I have a question about the iReady. My daughter did take it, and I signed up for the meeting And I waited and waited and nobody ever called me or responded. So I'm wondering how exactly does that work? Because I did schedule it on the calendar and I never received a call. So I'm wondering, my question is, am I supposed to call you or how is the meeting supposed to come about?
Ms. Chris,
So sorry, I can get off of mute. So what I have done is because on Calendly, I can set an alert, and I did have those sessions only on Tuesday and Thursday with the reopening of schools. I wasn't on the Calendly for about a few weeks there, but now I have the alerts that'll alert me when I do have an appointment, but I will call you if you have an appointment on the Calendly list schedule.
Yeah, we're very sorry about that. But this I will say, everyone,
I can't hear you, Miss Sam.
Okay. Yeah, I said, Miss Sonia, we're sorry about that. But I will say you can always call us. So the office number, which is on the website on the contact page, you can always call. Miss Christelle answers that phone, and we can always find out, what's happening. I know for a time, Miss Chris was involved in her own school reopening, and it was really busy. So maybe it was during that time. But anyway, yeah, that would be the response. If you don't hear back right away, definitely call the front office.
Okay, and my second question is, could we go to the iReady and print it out ourselves to see how they scored?
Ms. Chris, do you want to respond? Maybe you can take Miss Sonia's contact information and send her the results.
You cannot print it out as a parent, but it should have been emailed to you. What is your phone number? You can actually, what I can do is if you call Miss Christelle or email me, I'll put my email in the chat. You can email me and then I can give you a call and we can discuss how to see if you received those scores and any other questions you might have. So I'll put my email in the chat for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And I also put the office number in the chat, so you guys can take that number down as well.
I have a question. Will this presentation be emailed out after the end of the meeting?
We can put it on our website. So
Okay.
we will post the video. Give us till Monday because it has to generate the video. We will post it to the summer camp page. So
Okay, because it just has lots of great information for us to refer back to after the meeting.
Awesome.
And then, yeah, I think I asked about the iReady accounts. Will that account information be emailed to the new students that are coming in this summer, or how does that work?
So the way parents are notified is I will actually text you your login information, and then you will also receive an email. So you get two different forms of communication. So I will text you, and then you get an email also with the same login information.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And when I text you, I will say, this is Miss Chris from the Wootton's education director from the Wooton Center. So you'll know, who it is.
Awesome. Any other questions? Go to the next page. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Chris.
Our parents, so we want to make sure, we want to engage with you. And so we have our parent power groups every Monday from 6 to 7:30. I know this coming Monday, we have gardening basics. So how many of you are growing any fruits and vegetables? I know some of you guys are, some of you on here. And also I see Miss Sonia, I know Miss Tracy is, look, awesome. And let me see if I see any other hands. Or if you want to learn how to grow a garden in your space that you have. And so please feel free to RSVP at wootoncenter.org/events for this Monday's parent power group. Mr. Casey, I see your hand.
I just wanted to ask a question to the parents.
Sure.
I was asked. I spoke at the parent power group before, and I was asked to speak again for July. And I want to ask you all. The topic is related to that I received with math knowledge during the summer, as far as keeping up with certain things. If you all are, at all at any way curious or would like that type of workshop, can you all like let me know? And like as far as like what topic you would want me to speak on specifically, especially if you want me to speak on your student and their grade, like whatever grade level area, and maybe I can put together a lesson, with that information. So and respond back yes that I will speak there. Because I was asked and I wasn't really sure like what really to do or say during that. But if it's something like almost like a parent tutorial, like certain math areas that you just want to, get the grasp of, and you want like certain, ways of me breaking that down like I do with my students, I would love to. Just please email me and let me know like what areas that would be, and I'll let them know. And you all would know what day that would be. So thank you.
So you can drop that in the chat before the meeting ends. I will say,
I'll save it.
Yeah, yes. I will say the last training Mr. Casey did for the parent power group, was really, really good. And it was a, can you guys hear me okay? I hear somebody.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, all right. So, and he was sharing, how to help your child with their homework. And one of the things that I've actually used, Mr. Casey, from that training, I can't remember the site now, but if you would please put it in there. It's where, for algebra, where you could put the problem in there and it'll give you the answer. So let's say you're helping your child with their algebra homework, but you really don't know the answer, or how to work it out, I did when I was helping my granddaughter. You can put the question in there and it'll show you the steps how to work it out so that you can make sure that you are giving them, the right answer. And so that last training, he was providing mathway.com. He was providing different tools like that, how to help your kids with their math homework. So if that sounds like something maybe, you'd like us to do again, especially, with our new parents, or if you have other topics, please share that in the chat. Like I said at the very beginning, we want your feedback to make sure, the support is relevant. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Casey.
No problem. Thank you, Ms. Griffin.
All right. So I did put the link to RSVP. It's wootencenter.org/events. I put it in the chat. So make sure you RSVP and you'll get the link for the gardening meeting, which is next week, this coming Monday. That parent power group is every week. All righty, that's me again. All right, so we had a USC student do some research for us for child care centers to find out, what the protocols are, they call it, right? When you're reopening, your reopening protocol. So we looked at everything that we know we're supposed to do as a child care center and made some decisions. So these are our decisions based on those protocols. And we are presenting it to you right now. We already went over it with staff. And so we appreciate your thoughts on this. So this is what we're looking at to do our best, to keep the kids safe. So the first one is that drop-offs. One thing that they suggest is that you limit contacts as much as possible. So if it's not necessary for the parent to come inside, then the parent should not come inside. Of course, you're always welcome. But so let's say, you're dropping them off and today you want to talk to Miss Christelle. Yes, you can come in. You're not prohibited. But on a regular basis, when you drop them off, you don't have to come in. Staff will actually meet you at the door. And what's going to happen at the door, now, the COVID results, we're actually working out something on that. We may actually be able to provide testing at the center, but we're going to get back to you on that. But let's say we don't. If your child is going to summer school, we know that you have to do weekly checking there. You can give us those results. We're not going to require you to do it again. So when you drop them off at the door, you're going to show them, whether or not it's on your cell phone or a piece of paper, you're going to show them what those results are so they can check it out. The results can't be more than 7 days old. So if they're 2 weeks old, they're not relevant. It has to be at least, within that 7 days. They're also going to check, they're going to read through the symptoms checker, just like right now. Like whenever I go to Kaiser, somebody stands there, they say, do you have a fever? Do you have a cough? Do you have a blah, blah, blah? And I say, no, we're going to do the exact same thing. So the symptoms checker, that's going to happen. And the staff person is just going to check it off and say, no, they don't have those symptoms. Secondly, we have a touchless thermometer. So it does not touch their head. We just point it and shoot, and we get the results. So they're going to do that at check-in. So assuming everything is normal, the child comes in, everyone inside, staff, parents, children, has to wear masks inside. When they're outside in the playground, they do not have to wear masks. And that is also a child care protocol thing as of a couple of days ago. They said at child care centers, they do not have to wear the mask outside. And so, of course, like I said, we'd love to have your feedback on these things. Secondly, so next, touchless sanitizer stations, they also recommend. So we've already purchased them, and we're going to be installing them next week. And this is one of them that we bought. And so this is going to go in all the bathrooms. So now the kids don't have to touch it, to get soap or get sanitizer. So they're called touchless stations. Secondly, pencils, even at the front desk, in the classrooms, all the kids will actually be assigned their own pencils, erasers, all that stuff that they're going to keep in their cubbies. And so they'll have their own. But in addition to that, anything sitting around, there'll be a cup and it'll say clean and dirty. So all the clean pencils will be here, and we'll be telling everybody after you use it, put it on the dirty side. And the person that's cleaning the center are going to sanitize them every night to make sure that there's no, and the goal there is not to spread, anything potentially. So let's see. Ceiling fans and air filters. We had to buy all of these things. I just spent like about almost $2,000, buying brand new ceiling. So every room has ceiling fans, and the ceiling fans have what they call reverse motors. And and you guys know, it takes, so it'll take whatever that air is and it'll push it up. So let's say there is something in the air, that fan will push it up, and then the air filter will draw it. The air filter draws the particles, and because the virus particles attach to the dust, and so the air filter will pull, and then it'll take it inside the filter and all that kind of stuff. So that is to reduce any chance of if you guys have seen, like on Facebook, where they show you how you put smoke out there and it just dissipates throughout the air. Well, it picks up smoke and dust and anything that the viruses attaches it to. So we want to make sure we reduce the potential of anything spreading. Also, we do have a lunch vendor that will be providing free lunch and afternoon snacks. Everything is prepackaged, so there won't be anybody standing there scooping out spaghetti, for the kids. It'll all be prepackaged meals. If you are not interested in that, BYOM, you guys know what that means, bring your own meals. You are more than welcome to do that. And also, so we are doing lunch and afternoon snacks. So let's say, since we open at 9, let's say you drop your child off and they haven't had lunch yet, you're welcome to send their lunch with them. And then we will, sit them down and make sure that they get their lunch. But you would have to send that for the morning, or if they have a special diet, you can send that as well. And we'll make sure that they're eating their own meals. Social distancing. We've gone in the library behind me. If you see all these tables right there, that's our normal. It's not set up like that.
Can't hear you.
Okay, so that's our normal setup in our library, but it's not set up like that anymore. All the tables are apart, so that there's a 6-foot distance between. The students will actually, each one of those tables normally sits 2 people. There will be 1 child per desk now, and so we're making sure now. They recently came out and said at least 3 feet for child care centers. We have the table set up for 6 feet, but just know that in any case, it'll be at least 3 feet apart wherever they are. assigned equipment and supplies, like I said, each child will have their own computer. Nobody else is supposed to use their computer. It will have a label with their name on it. So they will use one computer, keyboards, their own pencils, their own cubby, and all that kind of stuff. So nobody else is using their things. Separate cubbies. So youth and staff sanitizing their equipment. So when the child is finished with their animation class, and there we have Lysol wipes, and all the kids will be given Lysol wipes, and they will be responsible for wiping down their own station when they're done. And then they will go and they will wash their hands. So as it mentions here, youth and staff will wash their hands between classes and before meals. We have an office, that's what we're calling our isolation office. And so if any child does, is feeling bad, or exhibits any type of symptoms, they will go to an office that's right next to our front office, and you will receive a phone call, or whoever if you're not available, your emergency contact. So someone will be contacted to pick them up, but they will be in that office until the pickup occurs. And last but not least, full cleanup and sanitation before classes. So every day before the kids come back, the entire center will have been cleaned up and sanitized. So any comments on any of these items?
Yes, you actually have some questions we have some questions in the chat. First question, what if my child was vaccinated? Will he need to be tested on a weekly basis?
That is something that we talked about in our staff meeting today that I am actually going to research, because we have the same question for staff. Like, I've been vaccinated, right? And my question is, do I need to be tested? Our feeling is yes, but I do want to do more research on that. So I will let you know. That's a very good question.
The other, will the children have to have a COVID test for Friday, June 25th? So that's when they're here for basketball camp.
Yes. Oh, you mean for the basketball camp? Yes. And so we're going to get back to you on that as well. Ms. Christelle has been talking to different sites. We're trying to either, like I said, one, have testing at the center every Friday, or two, find a place that's close that will give us the one-day test. So if you have any suggestions on local places, please put it in the chat or give Ms. Christelle a call or a text and let us know. So we will let you know, I'll say by Monday, regarding the vaccine and the testing.
Okay, another question regarding tutoring. When can we start to sign up for sessions? So you'll be able to sign up for sessions starting on Monday. So this Monday, because sessions will start on the 28th. So this Monday, you'll be able to book your tutors, book your children for their tutors for the summer. And mind you, you're booking just for, because the tutoring will be from June 28th through July 23rd. So don't book. I know some of you're like, I'm in a booking mood. You're like, I'm booking all the way through December. Don't do that, because the schedule will change. And you'll be like, I did all this work.
Yeah, just book through the end of the summer.
Just from June 28th through July 23rd.
Ms. Christelle, can we say they can start booking on Tuesday? Because I know we're working on Monday.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, so that we're actually working on Monday. We've been on vacation this week, so we're going to finalize it Monday. I don't know what time, so let's say Tuesday. You can start booking on Tuesday. Okay. Don't want you to be disappointed and get in there and book under some old, information. So, okay.
So Tuesday for booking.
Yes.
Let's see. The forum, no appointment. Oh yes, so Miss Wendy, you just mentioned that the forum is providing COVID testing. Yes, so you can go to the forum to get a COVID test. And Ms. Sam, if you don't mind me sharing my screen, I'll share with you this. There's a list that we have with different sites this week or for next week that you can go to and get COVID tested. So, so if you see here, there's some different sites, depending on where you are. I think our closest ones are here on Vermont, right here at the YMCA on Vermont and Manchester. There's this other one here on Avalon. And we'll share this information with you all too, so you'll be able to look back at it. Here at the Slauson Mall, that's close, that's local. So depending on where you are, you can see if any of these are close to you. And like Ms. Naomi mentioned, we will provide that one place that just kind of keeps it simple, so you can, you can get in, and it'll be one local place that you can book and always go to.
Yeah, and those locations, those recommended locations, will be on the summer webpage as well, WootenCenter.org/summer.
Yeah, and just to note, that list is just for next week. His locations change, but we're gonna again centralize and give you guys one main one. So you'll know you can always go there from now through, they'll let us know how long they're doing it, but ideally one main place.
Ms. Christelle?
Yes.
Ms. Christelle, I was wondering if you typically need an appointment, or can you just go in?
It depends on the site. This referral that I have that gave these different places, you don't need an appointment. You can do a walk-in.
Oh, good.
Just like at the forum, you can just do a drive-in and go straight in. So it just depends on the location.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like what Ms. Thomas is saying in the chat. She said, I'm glad to hear you all still being cautious with the city openings, changes, and relaxations. And to that, I want to say a big fat amen. Because, we're working with children, right? We're responsible. And so, yeah, they said you don't have to wear your mask and all that, but we're going to do it, and so so we definitely are concerned about everybody. And so even though some things might be relaxed, we're not there yet. They don't know what's going to happen. We'll see how it goes, and we're hoping for the best for everybody. All right, Ms. Christelle. Ms. Christelle, we have 14 minutes remaining.
Okay, so we're gonna pump it up. We're gonna kind of fast pace it a little bit as well. So,
are you sharing, or you want me to share again?
Yes, please share again.
Okay, all right, we're on Zoom Room Success.
Yes, so Zoom Room Success. So we in sessions with, in your children logging into sessions for private tutoring or for any of the classes, you want to make sure that your child is entering 5 minutes early. Can y'all say 5 minutes early? You can put in the chat. Yes, and even with us here at the center, early, it's better to be early than right on time. If you on time, you are late, right? So let's be early. And so even for the youth, we want to instill those same good habits as well. And so when they're early, they'll be early to their sessions, and they get Wooten dollars, which we'll talk about next, for being early. And so when they're in their sessions, so these Wooten dollars they get for being early. They get for also completing their sessions with their tutor and having great behavior in their sessions. And with the dollar store, the link that we have here, you can actually go and see all the awesome prizes we have in the store. And so save the date for Saturday, July 24th, because that's the day that they're gonna shop all day. And so I'm telling you, like tomorrow is our pickup day for the Wooten Dollar Store gifts. And so the kids are excited. They're like, yes, I wanna earn that, that alarm clock, that digital alarm clock. I wanna get those earbuds. So whatever prizes and incentives that they wanna earn, there's all kinds of gifts and gift cards and all kinds of stuff in there just for them doing a wonderful job. And so we wanna encourage your youth to be early, to stay for their full session, and to have great behavior in there. Ms. Sam, if you go back up to Zoom Room Success, Making sure that so when your child is working on in their private tutoring sessions, have a designated space for them to work. So when it's that tutoring time, they know they can focus in on that tutoring time, that they're settled and ready to have fun and learn, that they have all their materials ready and to engage. We encourage, it's not a requirement that they turn on their camera, but we encourage it just because we want to know that your child is okay. If you're in a one-on-one session with their tutor or in the class, we're always looking for engagement. So if we can see them, we can see that they're okay, that they're well. If they're, if they're like, I don't get this homework assignment, or they're doing summer school work or whatever, that tutor can see on their face if they need support. And so of course, so we're encouraging it. It's not mandatory as mentioned, but we absolutely want to encourage it. And please make sure not to give your email, phone number, or photos or other personal information to anyone. That's really, really important to us, even to the tutors. If you need to communicate with them, we have our awesome parent portal that we'll talk about later, or in a little bit, because we're going to zoom down there. And that has a lot of information where you can communicate with the tutors and even with staff and with us as well. So parent reports. So we want to make sure your youth are having great behavior. And so just like our dollar stores the dollar store just encourage them, we absolutely want to make sure that they're having good discipline. So students will receive warnings if they're not having good behavior, and we'll give you also a call, and we normally write up a parent report as well. So so we're going to partner with parents for you in regards to anything related to discipline. Yes, and so the consequences vary, and we communicate with you all as parents with some of those different things if there's challenges. I think what's been a blessing even in this year that we've had COVID, we haven't had any students that had like anything like major or anything like that. So so we want to partner with you to make sure that everything and all is well.
All right. Ms. Isidra, we got to fast track it. So
I'm going to say, I'm trying to write these. Okay.
Yeah, about 2 minutes, okay, at the most.
Okay, so what I tried to do, I didn't get a chance to finish typing, but if you look in the chat room, you can copy those links. So the facebook.com/Wooten Center is our Facebook presence. We really need you to go over and like it, because when you do that and information comes, then it will go out to you. But to me, is the most effective communications is checking your text and checking your email address. Make sure you give us an email address that you use, you actually check. Nowadays, people are texting and doing other things, but for business, you really should make sure you check your email daily. Then we have a group, and it's in this, yeah, can you show them the group, Miss? Yeah, there you go. Nope, that's the parent portal, but there's a Facebook, Wooten Center group, right?
No, that's gone.
That's gone. Okay, so that it was there. Okay, and then here, our wonderful, where is the newsletter? There you go. That's the Wooten Weekly. You might have already been receiving it. And I don't know if Celeste will still be doing it because she's an intern, so she's moving on, I think. But it has great information, not just for you, for your friends. You should always tell your friends about this, especially when they're complaining about their son or daughter not paying attention. They need a tutor, blah, blah, blah. Free tutoring, come on. You got to share it with your community. But in this Wooten Weekly, everything that's going on will be in there. So it's a great resource for you to check. Isn't there one more slide, or am I done? Okay, so that's a whole different thing. One last thing I want to say to all the parents, please make sure your son and or daughter are reading a book for the summer. And don't just have them read it, discuss it with them. You can have your own private book club with them, because reading is so important to keep them up with all the things we go over in our tutoring sessions. So they have to keep up with those words and things like that. I'm done.
Awesome. Well, look, I'll be brief too on the parent portal. So parents,
7
please
minutes.
subscribe. Yes, please subscribe to the parent portal. So we're going to drop this link in the chat as well. And so when you subscribe, it's going to ask you for a password. You're going to put in W parents. Okay. And so once you do that on my end, administratively, I'm going to approve you. And so you'll be able to access all of the links for the classes, for the activities, for Parent Power Group, for everything that we're doing is all in this one space. This is the house for all things related Wooten Center. So please don't feel like you need to go look for a Zoom link somewhere. It's all here in the parent portal. And so there are lots of communications and information that we'll provide in there as well. And so you can do it right now and subscribe to the portal. Yes, Miss Brenda, I see you said you already like the Wooten website. That's good. Wonderful.
And keep in mind, it is private, so this is not to be shared with anyone. This is only for parents who are registered.
Yes.
All
and
right.
Then save the date for our summer showcase on the 23rd. So this is the field trip, and it's also going to be our showcase together. So please put that on your calendar. Even when we do the students will shop on the 24th, so put that on the calendar. Don't miss the dollar store day. The kids will be like, I missed the date. I'm like, and then you're gonna have to wait. They're gonna have to wait till September. Or no, it's gonna be longer than September. So don't do that. It'll be December.
November. Yeah, November. Yeah.
It'll be in November, December. So don't miss the dollar store. And so put that on the calendar. And then we'll be closed that week of the 26th to the 30th. And we'll start our college track after school program. Oh Lord, the 9th. It's August 9th. I'm sorry.
And all of these dates will be on the program schedule, which will be at wootencenter.org/schedule by Tuesday. All right.
Yes. All right.
We got 5 minutes. You're good.
Can I pick up Monday? So Ms. Brenner, are you talking about for the Wooten Dollar Store for this?
Yes, tomorrow is the graduation, so I think I won't be able to pick up the stuff for the kids. So I am maybe on the Canecos with the mom.
Yes, you can come on Monday because staff will be here on Monday. And Ms. Brenda, I can give you a call and we can coordinate a time. Because we'll be here at the center early. And so if you are a parent who is with us for the spring semester, you'll know we're gonna send out a reminder, but you should have RSVP'd to come and do pickup because they're picking up the gifts tomorrow from 12 to 2 here at the center. Okay.
And actually a reminder on that, if you have not RSVP'd to pick up at the dollar store tomorrow, please RSVP at wootencenter.org/what, Ms. Christelle?
It's /dollar store RSVP.
Oh yeah, either one. Just to make it easy, /dollar store.
Yes.
And that'll give you the link over to the RSVP form. Okay. Other questions or comments or suggestions?
Oh, yes, a question. My kids are enrolled on the online summer camp. Can they be able to go to the field trips or no?
So if they're registered for summer camp, if they'll be able to go on the field trip?
Yes.
So Ms. Brett, your kids are in person with us here at the center. Let's double check.
Right now, if you're asking about, right now, if you're asking about the field trip is for the kids who are on site that's been building the projects. So yeah, if we open it up to all students, now we've got probably 60 kids there, and I'm not sure we want to have that large of an event, so I'm sorry about that. But
Her kids
In the fall. If all works out with the summer, we will be 5 days in the fall and it'll be open. So yeah, we're walking cautiously and not having a lot of children there during the summer. And also part of the protocol is we can only have 14 kids per group. So we have 2 kids. That's why we're restricted to only 28 students on site because of the protocols.
That's a good question. Did you read Ms. Thomas's?
Go for it. Read it, Ms. Teacher, for us.
Hmm?
Can you read the question for us?
When the children are not at the center, what time do they log in online on the other days?
Yes. So if your child, I'm actually going to be sending you, I'm going to drop it in the chat in our 1 minute or within our 2 minutes. You will sign up for classes. So like our computer animation class, because we have students who are so all the students who are in person will automatically have the computer animation class. If you are online and you would like computer animation, you are going to check off that box that says, yes, I want my child to be a part of computer animation. Yes, I want my child to be a part of virtual playground. Yes, I want to be a part of world languages and culture. Okay. And so you're going to check off those things. Yes, I want my child to receive their iReady diagnostic because, you know, I'm either new or I didn't take test 3 during the spring semester. You're going to check off that too. And so that will let us know, that'll be your sign up sheet. And so based on those classes, you will just plug into those classes. If aside from private tutoring and the classes, that will be their time to log on online.
So the same time as in person? Or there are only 14 on site, but that's it, no online?
No, so I think to answer your question, so if you're here, so the same time, so computer animation, for example, yes, all kids online and in person will be on at the same time.
Oh, good.
On Tuesday.
It sounds like she's also asking if you're on site, can you also be online? Yes, you can. So the hybrid program, the only difference is we are restricted to 28 kids at the center. So, but those kids who are at the center can also be online. And of course, if you know our booking system, you can book your private tutoring anytime you want. So if your child is at the center on Tuesday, then you would book your private tutoring Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's totally up to you. Plus, they can attend the classes that are online, which I just put in the chat. So it's virtual playground, world languages and culture with cooking. What else? I forgot that fast. The private tutoring and iReady, plus the computer animation. Computer animation is the only class that is both at the center and online. Even at the center, the teacher will not be there. It will be all online. Other than our Wooten teachers, the animation teacher will only be online. But the energy class, which is at the center, those teachers will be at the center. And one of the reasons why we could not also offer that online is because of the cost. And also being able to film the teachers, the 4 teachers that are going to be there. So that one cannot be online as well.
But there are adults at the center for everything. Teachers.
Absolutely. Yeah, Mr. Casey and Mr. Jason are the 2 teachers that will be with the groups at the center. Plus, we'll have Miss Rosie in the front office, Miss Christelle, and myself will also be there. And we have a teen helper and a college student that will also be at the center. So again, trying to limit, the exposure. There won't be every teacher. Miss Isidra will not be at the center. She will be online. Miss Chris will not be at the center. She will be online with the score talks and helping me with iReady and all of that. So we are fully hybrid. We've got online and on site during the summer. Actually very excited about it because we can serve more and more kids. If we were restricted if we just did the center, it would just be 28 kids. But now, it's only limited by, how many instructors we have. We don't have as many volunteer tutors during the summer because it's not as high of a need. You know, I think we had like, was it 38, Ms. Christelle, during the after school program? And that schedule that you saw was pretty much full, almost full. But we have not seen that high need yet in the summer. But there should, you know, be enough tutors that are there so that you can book.
Miss Wendy had a question. Will most virtual classes start in the afternoon?
Yes. So, World Languages and Culture will be on Wednesday from 4 to 6, and Virtual Playground will be on Friday, 4 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
And computer animation will be from 10 to 12. I'm sorry, Ms. Naomi, it'll be 10 to 11 online. Huh?
That's right. It's 10 to, well, you know what? We hadn't talked about that yet because the 11 to 11:45 is the hands-on with Mr. Casey and Mr. Jason. Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Casey, Mr. Jason, we should be able to hold that section, that part online as well, right? So that the whole 2 hours of animation is on. The first hour is with STEAM coders. The second hour is with Mr. Casey and Mr. Jason helping the kids complete their projects. So, yeah, maybe we'll have to talk about that on Monday. Just know for now, for sure, the 10 to 11 with STEAM coders is definitely online and on site.
Also in the chat, I placed a link for you to sign up on if you would like to be, for iReady, World Languages Culture, Virtual Playground, Computer Animation. And so it's just yes or no answers, and you can just let us know what you're interested in for your kids for the summer. So we can sign them up for the classes. So the classes, actually World Language and Culture and Virtual Playground, I think our capacity is like 30. So there's room even with you all being online as well too.
Everybody don't forget to click those 3 dots and click Save Chat, because all these links will be hyperlinked and you can have them to click around.
You're talking about in the chat, right, Miss Isidra? You open the chat.
Yeah, save this chat. Yeah, under file where it goes to everyone or whatever your to is, and then next to it, the 3 dots, you click it. It says Save Chat, and it'll save it right to your desktop, and you'll have it so that you can. Because this is a lot of information. I'm glad I have it.
Thank you, Miss Isidra. So we are 6 minutes past. But we are here to answer questions or your comments. Any other questions or comments or suggestions?
I have a question.
Thank you, everybody.
Hello?
Yeah. Yes. Is that Miss Gray?
Yes, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So if the summer program is supposed to start on Monday, is that correct?
The basketball camp starts on Monday. Yeah, the online and the on-site classes start the following week.
Oh, the following week. Okay, that's what I got mixed up.
Okay. Yeah, so tutoring will start on Monday the 28th, and the on-site classes are Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay, got it.
Tuesdays for elementary, Thursdays for middle school.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Other questions or comments? All right, Ms. Christelle.
All right, well, we appreciate all of you who have come, and we'll be in touch with you. Please feel free to call the office number if you have any questions or concerns. We absolutely want to make sure you're all squared away, that you're ready. For those of you who are participating in basketball camp on Monday, I will be sure to send you an email just to give you more information so you're all ready for that. With actually, I'm gonna make sure you guys are all in the portal, so you'll be able just to hop on in for Monday. So I'll be sure to connect with all of you. So you'll see your email for information about basketball camp. And you guys have all been wonderful. And so welcome to our Wooten family. And so we're looking forward to a wonderful summer with all of you. All right.
Amen. All right. Have a good night.
Wonderful night.
See ya.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.